So this video is about how to make sex a really loving experience in the very moment of sex. How in sex you can feel really loved and you can express your love to your partner. And you can fill up with nourishing love as a person and fill up your relationship with nourishing love. I'm Alexey Welsh, and for the last 20 years I've been teaching people holistic sex. And my special focus has always been to teach people how to make sex really loving, for them to feel really profoundly loved in sex and for them to feel like they're loving their partners. And I have developed and taught many techniques and approaches how to make sex more loving. And this is because I really truly believe that love is the most powerful sexual energy. It's the most powerful sexual technique. And I'm not being romantic, I'm not talking about marriage, commitment. No, I'm talking about sex. It is the most powerful, the most effective sexual technique. It is the most effective technique to open the full richness of sexual energy. It is the most effective technique to give the richest experience to ourselves in sex. It gives the most nutrition in sex. It leaves the most impact on us from sex. It is an energy in sex that makes us sexually the most alive and the most alive in general from sex. Love is the most powerful energy in sex that's going to make the biggest impact on you and the biggest enrichment for your relationship. And I'm talking here about love as a substance, love as an energy, love as a feeling. And that means that it's not just limited to somebody you are in a committed relationship with. Love can flow between anybody who is willing to connect on that level and to create that feeling in the experience. I really recommend you to watch my video on why love is the most powerful energy in sex and why it gives you more than anything else in sex, more than passion, orgasms, more than anything. And a lot of people don't experience that feeling of being loved in sex, even with people who they love, even with their partners, let alone with anybody else. And that's not because we don't want to or we're not capable of. We have that loving nature. We want to love and we want to be loved. But we're always told that sex is not about this. We're always told to do other things in sex, that good sex is about fun, it's about excitement, it's about getting an orgasm, it's about making it passionate. And we are always told that sex is not about love, it's about other things: desire, hotness, excitement. So we don't have that intention to love, we don't have the focus to love. We're always busy doing other things, working on the orgasm, making it exciting, and therefore we are not creating love. And that's why we don't feel love. And we get all the excitement and fun and passion and orgasms, and still somewhere there is a hole right here. Why is excitement more powerful than love? Why is an orgasm more important than love? What is more powerful in your life than love in all its different expressions? So set that intention for yourself, that loving sex is going to be amazing sex, is going to be the richest sex, because it makes sense, because you know it's going to really enrich you and nourish you and make an impact on you like nothing else. So just setting that intention to make sex a loving experience, to love and be loved, is going to change everything already about what you're doing. And then the next thing is the thing that kills love the most in sex, and I will say it again and again, is the orgasm. And nothing creates more that feeling of just being worked and stimulated mechanically than an orgasm. The orgasm is a completely meaningless objective in sex. It feels very intense, but it doesn't contain anything that you actually truly need in sex, anything that actually really nourishes you in sex. Please watch my video on why orgasms are not important, to understand why orgasms are completely powerless to make you happy in sex and to give you what you really need from sex. But because we're always working on the orgasm, we spend sex working our partner's bodies mechanically like a machine. And that is what makes sex unloving. So when you stop going for the orgasm, you become present in the moment, you start really loving each other's body, and then there is that space to really create love. So when it comes to the technique, there's a whole world of technique. There are so many techniques that make sex more loving. Normally I have to teach people everything, because everything has its specifics. How to make the breasts feel loved, how to make the clitoris feel loved, and the vagina feel loved, and the penis feel loved, how to express love from your whole body, how to absorb love into your whole body, how to touch with love, how to have a tranquil sex that is more loving, how to have passionate sex that is loving, how to make the foreplay more loving and the intercourse more loving, and the oral sex more loving. So they all have their specifics. It's a whole really beautiful, wonderful world for you to explore. This should be your next frontier, your next trip together, your next journey together. It's amazing. By the way, if you're interested in learning more, I teach you the complete practice of holistic sex in my online courses, which you can see on my website. But if I'm going to give you one general overarching technique here, how to make sex feel loving, it is love. Love the body of your partner. Don't work it, don't stimulate it, love it. Your lover's body is gorgeous, is beautiful, you love it, you adore it, so love it. Really speak to it. Stop trying to work it somewhere like a machine. Love everything about how it feels. Just keep speaking through your touch, through your body, that you just adore how this feels. Drown in all your senses. Really love how everything feels. All the shapes, the curves, the texture, the energy of the body, all the sexy places. Really intoxicate yourself with it. Really love the beauty of the body, the sensory beauty of the body, the gorgeousness of the sexuality of the body of your lover. And then the body of your lover will respond more than from all the mechanical stimulation, because it will feel that you're really present there, you're really alive, you really desire it, you really love it. And the bodies, they really feel that, they really respond to that. And then remember that the body of your lover is a living space, it's a living being, you know, much like you. So it needs to be loved like you, it needs to be nurtured with love. It doesn't want to be just worked, it's a living space that wants to be nourished. So send love into that living space, make it feel loved, make it feel nurtured, make it feel nourished with love. And then it's also really worthwhile to learn specific physical techniques, how to make everything feel more loving in particular parts of the body. Remember, it's all about making the body feel loved. It has to be a physical technique and a physical energy. The body doesn't understand gestures, that if you're giving it an orgasm, it means you're loving it. The person will appreciate the gesture, but the body will only feel if it is treated with love physically. And a couple of very broad physical principles is, first of all, the closer you are with your whole body, the more loved you're going to feel. So intertwine and envelop as much as you can during the foreplay and during the intercourse. Connect your bodies as much as you can. And secondly, slowing down, you will definitely feel more loved. Love is the kind of energy that the body feels much more when it is slower. So anything that is slower is going to feel a lot more loving. And this is the mistake that people make with passionate sex. They think that passionate sex is loving. It is not. It's a completely different energy. It's very nice, but it's too hectic. It's too busy to really feel loved. It's very difficult to feel loved through passionate sex. It's kind of really advanced level. The slower you go, the more loved you're going to feel. And one more thing, just set this as a good outcome, that if you were really loved in sex, it's good sex, because we are so conditioned to evaluate sex by, whether it was fun and exciting and intense or passionate or had an orgasm. Just for once, tell yourself, it doesn't matter what else happened. If you felt loved, if you felt really deeply loved, then that was great sex. Because it totally makes sense, because being loved is a really powerful outcome, and it goes into your system so far, and it makes everything beautiful in your day. Just for once, tell yourself that sex was good just because it was loving. Humor me, do this once, please. Leave me a comment, I'd like to know how it went. So if you would like to empower every moment with love even more, then download my free training that I have for you that will teach you to make every moment a lot more nourishing and loving and present, and you can do that immediately, and you will see the difference straight away. It's completely free for you. The link is below the video in the description. So go ahead and love, because love is the most powerful, the most valuable thing in life, in every area of life, and it is no exception in sex. So go ahead and may your life be more full of love.